Is Steven Sunday. I am I'm an algorand ambassador. So you can see my face. I'm sorry, I have very poor lighting around here, so you forgive me if you can't see me clearly. But this is me. So in case you see me on the road, so like I said, I work for Algorand as an ambassador. And so today we'll just look at what Algorand is and what Algorand entails and how you can actively get involved in what we do as a blockchain platform. And also, yeah, you'll be able to benefit from what other developers are benefiting from. And you can also become an Algorand developer ambassador. Actually, this call is meant to be developer centered, and I can say that almost all of you are from Google Developers Circle or group. So you guys are interested in development in one way or the other. One of the languages we use one of the languages we use, or rather, one of our SDKs is built on Google, one of Google's languages, which is Go, and so I will be very happy to have a couple of a couple of you joining Algorand as developer ambassador. So we will just dive in straight into uh, our presentation for today. Um, okay, let me just give you an overview of what blockchain is. So a blockchain is a peer-to-peer network or protocol that permits different users uh, to interact on a peer-to-peer level, and it is fully decentralized. It is transparent. It is very secured. So when you're doing any activity around a blockchain, it should have these three components, um, meaning it should be very decentralized, it should be very secured, and of course a lot of people should be able to use it at the same time. So it means it should be very scalable, and of course it should be very transparent. uh, so so that's just basically what our blockchain is. Before the invention of 20 years before Bitcoin came, that was when blockchain actually came onto the limelight. So Bitcoin is not the first thing to announce blockchain. Of course, Bitcoin is the first to announce one of its use cases, one of blockchain's use cases, but Bitcoin isn't the first activity that happened on the blockchain. So so Bitcoin is just a byproduct of blockchain, okay? And so for us, as a blockchain protocol, which is called Algorand, um, we decided to build on, or Algorand rather, decided to build on um, the Web 2.0, or rather the blockchain 2.0 use case, which was Ethereum. Now, for Bitcoin, you can only like you can only send and receive cash, or maybe cryptocurrency or digital assets. But for Ethereum, you can write what is called smart contracts, which makes it a bit more advanced than Bitcoin. And you can do a couple of other things. Um, you can scale, you can do quite a lot of things, okay? But for Algorand, Algorand is a Web 3.0 blockchain platform, and um, it is for me, I've come to love Algorand for just very simple things. For the fact that the consensus protocol on algorand is very easy. So how is consensus reached? So for every transaction to be registered on a blockchain, it has to be confirmed. Like there has to be confirmation that the transaction is real. Okay, then it can be registered on the blockchain. And for algorand, um, you must have it is so for algorand the consensus protocol is a pure proof of stake. So it means on algorand anyone can become a validator of a node, okay, or a transaction. Like anyone can confirm a transaction on algorand. How is that possible? Now with as little as um, one algos, uh, which is Algorand's cryptocurrency, with as little as one algo, you can make um, like you can become a node. You can become um, you can join the consensus and then agree. Like you can vote and be voted for on Algorand. Uh, Once you're able to stake your algos, you can participate in consensus. So for Algorand, it is that easy that people can actually confirm transactions. Anyone, and I mean anyone. That's why it's called pure proof of stake. So anyone can actually participate. Anyone can be able to do a transaction. Like you can carry out a transaction on Algorand. I will talk to you about some of the features here. So now, these are our team. You can see them on the screen, on your screen. These are our this is the founder, the CEO, head of marketing, head of engineering research, and then we have quite a lot of people, like um, a lot of ambassadors who are actively involved in on Algorand, and we have developers who are actually ambassadors as well. And like I told you, you too can actually become an ambassador, like becoming a developer ambassador. So it means you can be writing tutorials, you can be writing documentations, you can write whatever it is, technical papers, and then get paid okay, for your contribution. By the way, it's open source, so anyone can contribute to Algorand. And yeah, so like I told you, to perform consensus on Algorand, you will have to stake a particular amount of algos. Like I said, with as little as one algo, you can actually participate, and then you can perform like you can join the consensus, and then be able to also vote and be voted for, and all of that. Um, so basically, in terms of security, Algorand is very secured and then very decentralized and very scalable. I will just quickly explain what I mean by all of that. Um, Now, like I said, this is our founder, our CEO, and so you can see the characteristics of Algorand. Uh, like I said, it is a pure proof of stake. Like it performs proof of pure proof of stake algorithm. That's the consensus algorithm that happens around Algorand. And then it is permissionless, so it is open source. Anyone can participate. Please, if you're not speaking, can you please mute so that I won't be distracted. Thank you very much. So like I said, it is very permission. Anyone can participate in the consensus, and very fast transactions. Like on Algorand, you can actually perform 1,000 transactions in 4 seconds. Okay, so like you can do 250 transactions per second, which is super fast. Like I've not really seen, I've not heard of other blockchain that are actually having this in real time. Maybe on their white paper and maybe on theory, but in real time, I've really not seen any. Um, So Algorand has a very, very, very fast transaction speed. So um, you can participate, like you can record, uh, like you can take note of this, and then you can build your solutions on Algorand. For the record, I'm building like a couple of solutions right now on the blockchain, and myself and my team, we have decided that we're actually going to build on Algorand because of the speed. Because we wouldn't want, if we're building something to challenge our competitors, then of course we have to build something very, very solid. I mean, something like we really need to be very scalable, you know, so that our competitors cannot beat our speed. Um, also, like there is no forking. Only one block can be quorum, and then upgrade on chain. Like you can scale to billion of users. Like I said, uh, we have one of the fastest transaction speed. So you can consider that in terms of speed, and then in terms of trying to do build on Algorand. You know. Um, Also, so the advantages that we have over other others. Okay, so the founder of Ethereum, his name is Vitalik. Now Vitalik proposed that, like I told you, a blockchain platform is supposed to be scalable, um, is supposed to be secured, and is supposed to be decentralized. Now, Vitalik proposed that these three cannot be obtainable on a blockchain. It's either two of the three or maybe none. you know. So he proposed that you can only have two of the three. So it's either the blockchain is scalable and it is decentralized but is not secured, or is secured, decentralized but not scalable, or is not decentralized but secured and scalable. So Algorand actually proved this to be completely not true, because we have achieved both scalability, decentralization using pure proof of stake. Like I told you, anyone can participate in consensus. Um, and then it is very decentralized, very secure, and very, very scalable for us to be able to achieve 1,000 transactions per second is crazy, you know, in 4 seconds, it's really very crazy. And so Algorand also has recently upgraded layer one smart contracts that you can perform transactions. Um, anyway, okay, I'll explain this later because I will talk to you about it. Um, so Algorand's tech makes it perfect for use cases too. Like you want to build anything on finance, you want to build anything on enterprise health, stable coins, just anything you can think of, just anything that any solution you have for the grassroots, you can build it on Algorand. Like it's very simple. You must not completely build everything on the blockchain. Like you can just pick a particular portion that you want on the blockchain and build on Algorand, and it will work very perfectly. So um, Algorand is a Algorand is a technology for the millennial developer. Okay, so it makes blockchain integration really very easy. Um, so uh, so how can you get algos? How can you get like how can you get Algorand? You can get Algorand from different exchanges, and then you can store them in. We have a wallet that is on the Play Store, um, so you can participate. You can store your Algorand on our wallet, or you can store it on a Ledger wallet, or there is a wallet called Trust. Um, So you can also store um, on Trust and then my Algo wallet. And so that's just that about it. Now, if you're thinking about where you can buy algorand, you can get it on Binance, Binance.com, or OKX, or Gate.io, or Bitmax. Now, these are all cryptocurrency exchanges like marketplace where you can exchange crypto for a different crypto, or you can stake your crypto. And on Algorand, and if you have algos, you can stake it for a per annum profit. So you can stake your Algorand, and then at the end of the year, you can get some algos, like you can get about 8 to 10% addition on whatever you staked, depending on the exchange. Algorand is completely not responsible for that. So now, you're thinking if you're thinking about technology and how to build on it, I can assure you that some of the tech giants are actually using Algorand consensus for some of their services. Like this blockchain is a cryptocurrency wallet. In fact, all of them here are using. You can see like securitize, using digital securities for issuing, trading, and performing corporate functions, or sorry, actions rather. So like you can see different firms, different things. The first stable coin on the cryptocurrency world is called Tether, and it's using, now you can see Tether announces integration and deployment on Algorand. So like Tether is using Algorand's um, content protocol to be able to do deployment and then do a couple of things. So and also, um, okay, how you can participate in Algorand ecosystem. Now, I'm sorry, I'm just doing a quick run through. Then I'll take you to where I'm actually very interested in you, like joining and all of that. Now, how you can participate in Algorand ecosystem. Like I said, you can build your own solution, okay, or you can apply for developers grants programs, or you can connect to our enterprise and then share your idea, and then we see how we can leverage, and you can leverage on the technology and build your solution. So now, for the second one, that's where I want to share with you. By the way, we have a whole lot of tutorials for if you are a developer on, sorry, if you're an intermediate developer, or a beginner, or an advanced developer here on the call. You can go to developer.algorand.org and you will find everything that you need to be able to master our documentations, our SDKs, our tools, development tools, like anything you need to master what we're using, what we're doing. So they is here already on developer.algorand.org. And like I said, you can apply to become an Algorand developer. We have some SDKs for developers, so I will just walk you through. But meanwhile, if you have any question, you can ask me here. Like if you don't understand anything I've said, please feel free to ask me. Then I'll move um, to the second phase, where I'll just show you what the call is all about, and then we can wrap it up. Any question? Hello? Okay, I'm sorry, I can't see the
Yeah,
chat. So you
I
can
think
just ask your
no,
question.
no question.
Okay, so I can just continue, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so anyone can, if you have questions, just write them down. I will answer the questions. And if I don't satisfy you, then you can write algorand. Maybe you can just check developer.algorand.org. It's a very beautiful website. So if you don't have anything, even if you don't have a question, you don't have any interest, just go and see our beautiful website. And so now, okay, now algorand development tools for developers. Um, so now on Algorand, if you're building anything on Algorand, I would suggest that you, if you really want to get by with Algorand, you should be able to have an understanding of, or maybe even if you are just a beginner with JavaScript, Java, Python, or Go, you are very, very good. And even if you understand other languages, all you need to do is just to go through the documentation. You'll understand every bit of what Algorand is offering. And then, of course, I can help you like offline. I can just help you do anything regarding, if you don't understand anything, you can ask me any question. Even if it's not today, I will be able to answer you clearly and then help you where you need help. Now, so if you're building on Algorand, we have three different networks you can work with. It's either the main net. The main net, of course, will have to be where you deploy after you've tested everything and is working and you're ready to go to the market. Then you can deploy on the main net. The test net is where you can check everything, check where there are bugs, check everything. The beta net is like a private testing environment where you check new things, like you check new protocols and all of that. So you can use uh, these three networks to be able to set up. Okay, so yeah, I've just draft out a like these are just some command lines that you can use to be able uh, to be able to do like play around setting up our nodes. And then I would advise that you set up a node so that you can just easily maneuver around, like you can just find your way around. If you set up your node, it's easier to communicate with the node when it's on your local machine. So it gives you complete control of the resources. And so this is just these are just some like the command to help you set up if you're on a Mac. Um, I promise you the next time. Okay, anyway, if you are a Windows user, when you go to developer.algorand.org, you'll be able to find how to set up this node and then how to set up other utilities to be able to participate effectively. Um, so if you're a developer here and you're interested in Algorand's funding, yeah, Algorand funds a couple of things, a couple of events, a couple of projects, uh, and we're open to anything. Like I just saw an announcement today that Algorand is collaborating with Blockstack, and I've not seen like this is the first time I'm seeing a collaboration between two blockchain platforms to achieve a certain goal. I've not really seen it around. Everyone wants to just show that I'm the superpower here and then I can build. But you can see this is one of the reasons why I'm loving Algorand because um, they're open to anything. So if you interested in um, in research uh, that will contribute positively to the blockchain ecosystem, you can write to Algorand, share your ideas, and then see. You should. All I'm just trying to say is prove to Algorand that um, their funding is worth. You are worth investing in, and Algorand will see how they can collaborate with you and in your research and all of that. Secondly, So if you are interested in building development tools on Algorand, uh, Algorand can be able to fund you, okay, and then you like build, like do documentations, build development tools, build utility tools that people can use, and then be able to scale properly on Algorand or scale even more on Algorand. Um, the third aspect is you're trying to build a use case on Algorand. If it's a use case that meets the grassroots need, Algorand will gladly fund you. You know, so all these things, Algorand, they are open to funding, they are open to collaboration and all of that. So, like I told you, are building a couple of solutions, and strictly we are considering. Actually, we've built, but we're thinking of porting to Algorand. Okay, so it's like what we want to do is rewrite our smart contracts to be able to communicate with Algorand, and see how it runs from there. Also, the last one is education and community. So, if you are interested in, or rather, if you are a community mover, and then you have traction, and you can apply to Algorand, and then you'll see how they can fund you to continue what you're doing, like help people build more on Algorand, and then to grow the Algorand community. They'll be able to fund your effort and all of that. So that's just that about the introduction for today. Um, I would want to tell you that you can, if you want, okay. I can just help you, uh, like show you what you need to do, and um, how you need to get started with your node, how you need to get started building, writing smart contracts on Algorand, and all of that. But for the purpose of introduction, because this call is just like I am just trying to introduce you to what we have on Algorand, and see how you can take advantage of it. And then, of course, I look forward to us building and writing codes together. So, because we are limited by data, I don't want to take 2 hours of your time, to show you how these codes are running and all of that. So what I will do is quickly um, to just show you. So with this, you can be able to set up a node, and then you can now begin to uh, like play around SDKs. Like I told you, we have tutorials already on that. It is developer.algorand.org. We have a whole lot of tutorials for anybody. You're a beginner, you're an intermediate developer, you're an advanced developer. We have everything for everybody. So feel free to just look around developer.algorand.org, and then we can relate from there. So I would expect questions from you. Hello.
Okay. I mean, if there's any question, you can answer questions before we move on. Okay, but in absence of any question, I think we can continue. Anybody that has question will drop it at the message.
Okay. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, I would have loved to entertain questions now. Yeah, so that I will know that we're understanding, or like I said, this is just an introductory um, session, because I can't just introduce you to Algorand and then begin to blow your heads with the codes, writing smart contracts and all of that. That might be, and then of course, because we're limited by data, I wouldn't want us to spend 2 hours on the call. trying to just write smart contracts and all of that. If it was a physical meeting, then of course I can take the pain, spend 4 hours and then, achieving something very good. So, any question, please? There are quite a lot of people on the call. So, I'm wondering. So, now the question she's asking is if Algorand is a platform that she can write codes and then, or maybe if Algorand is just funding
Yes,
startups, right? So Algorand
yes.
is everything. sorry to say it's everything, but um, Algorand is a, yeah, you can write codes, you can write smart contracts, and then they will work on Algorand. Like they will run on Algorand's protocol. You can also seek for grants. Now, how do you seek for grants on Algorand? Uh, you have to write something that will work or connect with Algorand before you can be able to have access to funding. So, of course, you have to provide something of value that Algorand will benefit from. Then, of course, you can get some funding. But of course, aside that, um, as a developer, like I said, you can get paid for contributing positively to Algorand. Uh, Now, how can you contribute positively? You can join Algorand as a developer ambassador, whereby you can make videos like tutorial videos. You can write documentations. You can write tutorials, text based. In fact, for video, there is an additional bonus for you. So if I were you, I would do videos. If I'm joining Algorand as a developer ambassador, I will do videos instead. Uh, Excuse me, and then of course, so that's how you can leverage on Algorand. So both as a code platform and then of course as a funding platform. By the way, Algorand has about 250 million algos to those four projects I just highlighted. I told you about. So yeah, that's just that about it. Any more question? I'm just trying to see how I can switch my screen um, to show my VS Code, but I don't know. It's really not showing me my VS Code, and I'm not sure you're seeing my VS Code, right? You're only seeing the presentation.
You're only seeing the presentation, you're not seeing the real estate.
Okay, let me just do this. So let me do this. Now you can see the VS Code, right? Hello? Can you see the VS Code, please?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Okay, you can see the VS Code, right? So,
The real code is visible now.
okay, so already I am in the node, but then let me just see. Uh, Sorry, I can't see. Okay, so right now, like I told you, I have my node set up, and I just want to show you how this thing is running. Okay, let me just do cd node. So right now I'm accessing my local node, like I have it set up. So if I am writing a smart contract, I can just easily access it from here. Let me just show you something. Okay, so you can see. So now this is the command to stop the node from running. Okay, if I just so now you can see node was successfully stopped. And then if I want to start my node, so on Algorand, one of the most important command that you will have to use is the goal command. Okay. Um, so while you are interacting with Algorand's tools, you are interacting with Algorand's, like anything, you're just walking around Algorand. One of the tools, one of the commands you won't escape is the goal command. So you can see, let me just start up the node. Sorry, let me just start up my node. So if I put start, now you can see it is successfully started. Algorand node successfully started. If I want to check the status of the node, I will just do this. Now you see it has just read on Algorand. Um, Once you are interacting with Algorand, I would advise that you set up your node locally so that you can even set it up online, of course, and then you can also synchronize whatever is happening. Like you can also have real-time return values. Okay, so you can set it up and then you do other kinds of setup as you progress. But of course, first thing first, if you want to be very effective, I would advise that you set up your node locally and then others can follow. And hello, are we together? Yeah, properly utilized. We can actually. Okay, so first thing first, I would want you to start gradually because I believe. How many of you, sorry, let me not assume, how many of you are new to blockchain development? If you are not new, then I can just proceed. How many of you are new? I'm still reading the chat, so you can just chat me up if you can't talk. I can read your chats here.
But I think more the confidence has a chat, so
Okay, yeah, okay, I can show you how to create a node. Okay, like how to set up the node locally. Because the one you're showing right now seems to be already created. Yes, yes. Okay, so yes, I can show you how to set up a node locally. Like I told you, the easiest thing to do, Monday, will be to go to Algorand, sorry, developer.algorand.org. But of course, right now, because I've set it up, I have to delete it and then reset again. And it's actually going to take us a while because setting up the node at first might take some time before it's synchronized to the main nets and then get you information and all of that. So right now I have to delete the node and then set it up, which will take us a whole lot of time. And I really don't want to waste your data because data right now is money in Nigeria. So I would want to be a lot more reasonable with all of you. But please let me just drop it here on the chat. Let me get the URL and drop it down here. Uh, where are you? Where are you? Okay. So now to set up your node, I'll just drop this URL so that all of you can have access to it. Sorry. Okay, so here you can, yeah, so it's there. All right, that's funny. Anyway, for Lazi, be otaku. Probably maybe for you. Okay, for you maybe. But I think for others, we just have to be a lot more reasonable. I am just trying to see this as a fresh time for a lot of you, and then since most of you are very new, I would really want to take you step by step so I don't get you missing. Okay, and then at the end of the day, we might just spend a lot of time without achieving any results. So for now, first things first. Um, I just dropped the what's the name? I just dropped the URL for you guys. You can see it here. Developer.algorand.org, dogs, build, setup, and all of that. So once you go there, you will find how to just set. Thank you very much. Okay, you've seen it. So once you go there, you will just find what to set up. Oh, okay, you were there a minute. Oh, okay. Now, thank you very much. Do you have a question? Is there a confusion? Lazy or lazy? I don't know. The lazy deaf. Do you have any confusion when you visited the site? Was there any thing you want me to clear about whatever you saw there and all of that? Please, it's lazy. Okay, okay. Thank you very much for the correction. Okay, so is there anything you would want me to clear? Lazy. You can type yes. I'm reading your chat, all of you. Would you want me to answer a specific question?
I think we should proceed since time is not on our side. So when you have a question, we'll drop it on the chat.
Okay, so yeah, so basically, like I just showed you, are you still on my VS Code? Are you still here, all of you?
Yes,
Okay, yeah.
yes, yes.
So basically, what I would love you to do is, first of all, I would want to help you set up a node so that once whatever I'm doing, you can also be following alongside. So it can be like a code along kind of call, okay, so that we can be moving together. Where you have difficulties, then I can help you debug and all of that. I don't know if that's okay by you guys. Are there like video tutorials online that we can refer in case we have any difficulties? Yes, Monday confidence. Yes, we have. Yes, like I told you, once you go to developer.algorand.org, you find a whole lot of things there. Like you find a whole lot of video tutorials, like a whole lot. We have documentations actually. Uh,